Can you remember the 7 life processes? When you're ready to revise them, press start. How do you know if something's alive or dead? All living things have something in common. In fact, 7 things in common. We call them life processes. They are movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, excretion, and nutrition, otherwise known as Mrs. Gren. Let's start with nutrition. All green plants use the sun's energy and carbon dioxide in the air to create their own food and the source of their energy. Animals also need food, so they eat either plants or other animals. Those other animals have also eaten plants or animals, and so on down the food chain. All food chains start off with plants. This delicious carrot was grown by a plant and is eaten by animals. Click and drag the mouse across the carrot and chop it into bite-sized chunks. This little bunny needs nutrition. And so does this fox. The next process we'll look at is excretion. Excretion describes how animals and plants get rid of the chemical waste they produce. When plants shed their leaves in autumn, that's one way to get rid of chemical waste. Animals, on the other hand, need to get rid of waste more often. These are your kidneys. These are where chemicals are extracted from the body and mixed with water to create urine. This is the bladder, and this is where your urine is stored before leaving the body. When your bladder fills up, you need to have a wee to empty it out. Urine is full of urea, salts, and water, but this is just one type of excretion. We also excrete through sweating, and every time you breathe out, you're removing chemical waste from your body. Carbon dioxide, in fact. Respiration, our third life process, is all about getting energy from food. Respiration is a chemical process that needs oxygen. Here is a close-up of part of a human lung. See how every time you breathe in, oxygen diffuses into the bloodstream and then gets carried around to the cells of the body. Every living cell needs energy, and to get it, they have small structures inside their cytoplasm called mitochondria. Chemical reactions between oxygen and food take place there and release energy. This is called respiration. But there are also 2 waste products, carbon dioxide and water. The carbon dioxide is carried in the blood back to the lungs, where it diffuses into the alveoli, ready to be breathed out. Sensitivity is a life process too. It means that living things are aware of what's going on inside and outside of themselves. But some people are definitely more sensitive than others. Move the feather across this foot and you'll see. Stop it! Let's move on to our 5th life process, movement. We animals move using a system of bones, joints, and muscles. Click the arrow to contract the biceps and see how your arm works. When the biceps contracts, the triceps relaxes and the forearm moves upwards. So let's see what happens when you contract the triceps instead. When the triceps contracts, the biceps relaxes and the arm straightens. Plants also move, but not like we do. They move their leaves ever so slowly over a long period of time so that they get more light. More sunlight on the leaves means that they can produce more food and grow. And growth is another one of the life processes. All things that are alive grow. A tiny oak seed will grow and grow and grow and grow with the help of sunlight for energy into a rather large oak tree. If it stayed tiny, this tree couldn't get as much light or be able to spread its seeds as easily. Now, reproduction. Living things reproduce to continue the species. Click on the heart to see what happens. Rabbits are very, very good at reproducing. Click anywhere on the screen and see what happens. Oak trees reproduce by making hundreds of seeds. Rabbits reproduce by making more rabbits that make 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 more. Time for a refresh. There are 7 processes common to all living things. Remember Mrs. Gren. Movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, reproduction, excretion, nutrition. Okay, so what were those life processes again? Let's see how much you've taken in. Question 1. Getting rid of waste is one of the life processes. What name is given to this process? A. Excretion. B. Nutrition. C. Ingestion. Question 2. In which structure does the chemical process respiration take place? A. Red blood cell. B. Alveoli. C. Mitochondria. Question 3. What is the key to remembering the 7 life processes? A. Mr. Green. B. Mrs. Gran. C. Mrs. Gren. Question 4. All animals and plants need energy. Where do plants get their energy from? A. The sun. B. They create their own. C. The soil. Question 5. Urea is a chemical waste product extracted by which organ? A. The bladder. B. The kidneys. C. The lungs. Question 6. Plants get rid of their chemical waste by A. Transportation. B. Excretion. C. Shedding their leaves. Full marks. Very impressive.